Hey, today is Monday and it was like 54 degrees today, which is awesome. Snow is melting, people wearing shorts. It's about time to be done with winter. You might want to grab a notebook and pencil, hit pause while you grab those things. While you're doing that, I will set my screen. Okay, I'm ready to go here. What I'm going to do with you today is just a review of everything we've done in Unit 5, which is adding decimals, subtracting decimals, multiplying decimals. And today I'm going to add the fourth, which is dividing decimals. So I want you to try each of these things. So look at the question here, 3 plus 4.9. Go ahead and do the work, hit pause, and when you're done, hit play. So when we're doing adding decimals, my first line of business is to make sure decimals are lined up. So I'm going to do that first. Now, I know that the 4.9 goes here. It's the second number, goes on the bottom. Okay, we're going to add. Now, my biggest decision is where this 3 goes. I know the 3 stands for 3 wholes. So that means it has to be somewhere on this side of the decimal. Your whole digits always go here. That decimal is always hiding there. I'm going to put a placeholder here just because that's what I do. Now we're ready to add. 0 plus 9 is 9. The decimals are straight up and down. 3 plus 4 is 7. My answer is 7.9. Question number 2, hit pause and try it, and then hit play and see if you're right. When we subtract decimals, we also line up the decimals. So I'm going to do that right now. I already see the decimal on this number, so I'm going to put it first. I know we're subtracting. My job is to figure out where this 7 goes, okay? I know that there's no decimal here, so I know this is a whole, and the wholes always go over here. So the 7's going to line up with the 2. I'm going to throw in some placeholders because I always do, and I'm going to subtract. I cannot take 0 minus 6. That's a no-no because there's nothing to borrow. There's nothing here either. We have to go all the way to the 7, change it to a 6, and if I borrow that, I actually bring 10 dimes over. That doesn't help me here, so I need to borrow from my dimes. Get that down to 9, that brings 10 pennies over. So now I have 10 minus 6, which is 4. 9 minus 9 is 0. Keep my decimals lined up. And 6 minus 4 is 2. My answer is 4.04. Question number 3, multiplying decimals. Go ahead and multiply, hit play and see if you're right. Now, most of you guys, I believe, like the box method, so that's the way I'm going to do it. Not because that's how I do it, but a lot of you guys like to do it. Notice I'm not writing anything with decimals. I'm just writing the numbers like you would under normal circumstances. 50 and 3, 20 and 4, okay? I know if I multiply those, I get 1,000. 50 times 4 is 200. 20 times 3 is 60. And 3 times 4 is 12. 1,272 if I add those numbers up. Now, I need to put the decimal in. Didn't even need to look at it until I got my answer, okay? So, I'm looking at this. That's a 5. And that's not even a whole. So, right now, it wouldn't make sense to say my answer is 1,200. So I know it's not there. And it wouldn't make sense to say 127. So it's either going to go here or here, one of those two. So looking at my number here, I have 1 digit on the right side in 5.3. So there's 1, and there's 2 digits over here. So that's a total of 3 decimal places on the right side of the decimal. So I have to have 3, 2, 3 digits on the right side. So that means my decimal is going to go here. So my answer is 1.273. Or for other people, they might go like this. So they might look, hey, here's 1 jump, 2, 3, total of 3. 1, 2, 3. It goes right here. Okay, so that was day 3. Now today we worked on division, and we've done long division before, so just a little brain warm up here, and I'm going to use a grid paper to keep everything organized. So the first number that you read is my dividend. So this is the number that always goes in the box. So that's why I'm putting it first. This is my divisor, so I'm going to put it on the outside. And using a multiplication chart if you need to, we're going to go ahead and do the long division. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 times 1 is 4. When I subtract 4 minus 4, I get 0. As soon as I subtract, I'm going to get more. Get more means get a 3. 4 goes into 3, never. I have to put a never, 0, which means I'm going to put a 0 here. And if I subtract, I'm going to get 3. So I'm going to get more. Bring down the 0. As soon as you bring a number down, you have to put something up above it. So 4 goes into 37 times. 7 times 4 is 28. And my leftovers would be 2. I'm going to get more. Bring down the 1. 4 goes into 21 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. When I subtract, my leftovers are 1. I'm going to get more. Bring down the 2. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. When I subtract, I have no leftovers. I'm going to quit for 2 reasons. Number 1, I have a 0. Number 2, I have nothing left. There is no more numbers, so I can quit. So that is how we long divide. Notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue numbers in my answer. They should match, okay? So what are we doing with decimals in this unit? We're going to talk about how you divide with a decimal. So I know that 21 divided by 3 doesn't work. Nope. 2 left. Bring down the 1. 3 goes into 21 7 times. So my answer here is 7. What if I had a very similar question like this? Instead of taking $21 and splitting it with 3 people, what if I had $2 and a dime? How much money would 3 people get if there's $2 and a dime? I'm going to go like this. Same thing. 0, 0, 2. Bring down the 1. 7, 21, 0. Same problem, but I shouldn't get the same answer because I don't have the same amount of money. $21 is a lot different than $2. See that decimal here? That should also be straight up. Every person gets 70 cents. 70 cents plus 70 cents, plus 70 cents. That's 3 people. I add that up. Carry the 2. That's $2.10. Okay. What if I had this problem? And we'll put a decimal right here and did that. Okay. So if I did all the multiple division like we just did before, whoops, this should have been a 0 here. This should be a 2. Just getting ahead of myself and going too fast. That'd be a 7. Then it looks like this problem, right? Same thing. Okay. If I had this problem and put the decimal in front, I'm still going to get 0, 7, but this time the decimal would go still straight up. If I had 21 pennies and I shared them with 3 people, everyone would get 7 pennies. So what I'm noticing here is hopefully something what you're noticing. When I did all of these problems, I didn't do anything different. I still did the division problem. When I was done, I just brought the decimal straight up, and straight up. So that's kind of where we're starting things today. And I just have the same thing. So long division, we're working on. Let me know if you have any questions. I've got some Delta or Khan Academy for you. Good luck.